So a couple days ago, we had a brand new Talking Tarkov TV where Nikita and the devs share some of the news of what's coming down the tubes with Escape From Tarkov and Arena. And today I'm going to be taking a look at what some of those changes are going to be and my opinion on some of those. So right out the gate, we got some information on when we can expect Arena. The closed beta test is going to be in the first or second week of December. Now, it's going to be rolling out in waves, and apparently it's going to be the people that purchased EOD first, and then also the people who purchased Arena first are going to get priority over everybody else, and it's going to be a very fast wave system. So don't expect to wait a long time if you don't get your hands on it right away, but that's just the idea. They're trying to do that to reduce server load and to just smooth everything out. And of course, we also got information that the next wipe will be around New Year's, whether that be slightly before or after still remains to be seen, but that remains relatively consistent with what Tarkov has done in the past couple of years. And we also got news that the Edge of Darkness is finally going away. The limited edition that's never been limited. Well, now it is. You have from now until the end of the year, December 31st, to purchase Edge of Darkness, because come January 1st, it will be disappearing for good. And you know what also might be disappearing for good? Some of your bad eating habits, because the New Year's resolutions are just around the corner, and maybe today's sponsor might help you out with that with Factor. Factor is a meal delivery service that sends prepared food, never frozen, directly to your door. And this is great for a lot of different reasons. If you don't like to cook and you're just tired of getting takeout all the time, this could be a great option for you. If you're trying to eat a bit more clean, a little bit more healthy, get some veggies, some better protein in your diet, Factor has a rotating menu of over 35 meal choices every single week. And I've personally just started using Factor a few weeks ago because it's now available in my area too, and it is becoming a staple in my weekly routine. The holidays are just around the corner, so it's going to be great for people that are super busy. You got a lot on the go, but you still want to have some fresh meals in the fridge ready to rock. It only takes a few minutes in the microwave or the oven, and you are completely good to go. So if you're interested and want to give it a shot, you can check out the link listed in the description box below, or head to go.factor75.com and use code POGDEADLY NOV50 to get 50% off your first box, or you can scan the QR code on the screen right now. Thanks again to Factor for sponsoring today's video. And with that said, let's get back to unpacking all this information. Even though Edge of Darkness is going to be leaving December 31st, the Left Behind Edition and Prepare for Escape Edition will still be able to get purchased. They are not limited, they are just editions. All right, now let's talk about some things that are a bit more exciting. We have a new map that's coming. It's called Ground Zero. This is going to be a beginner trial map that is going to have a level restriction. It might be level 15, it might be level 20. The devs don't know exactly what it's going to be, but essentially the idea is for players to get a taste of what Streets of Tarkov is without what Nikita said, having a NASA computer. One of the grand visions for Escape from Tarkov is for the maps themselves to be slowly unlocked throughout your progress with the main story missions. The current mission set are only supposed to be reputation builders and side quests that are supposed to get you access to more materials from the traders themselves. There is supposed to be an interconnected story that gets you to travel from map to map, and Ground Zero is supposed to be that beginning map. Now, part of me likes the idea that there's going to be a map that not everybody can go to, like super high level, but if this ends up being a great map for PvP, I will be a little bit bummed. Will that create an environment of people smurfing their accounts? Or what Battlestate might consider doing is having two versions of the map, one that is only available for people who are level 15 to 20, and another version of the map where anybody can actually go and play and explore, so you know what you're getting yourself into whenever you queue into that version. We'll have to see, but the map itself looks pretty cool. It's about 6 big buildings with 5 different extractions, and it's like I said, a taste of Escape from Tarkov, but on a smaller map experience. It would be kind of cool. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm eager to hear what you guys have to say about that in the comment section below. In addition to Ground Zero, there's going to be a Shoreline map expansion that's going to be available for the New Year's update, and there's going to be new buildings with new interiors for Streets of Tarkov. The BTR like what they call taxi is going to be available on the map, where it roams around streets where you can actually pay that taxi, pay the BTR driver to take you to different places. And there's going to be a second scab boss added to Streets of Tarkov. His name is going to be called Colin Tide or something along those lines, and we're going to be able to get that with the brand new update as well, the second of many bosses coming to Streets. Roughly a year ago, we got our eyes on what vaulting was going to kind of look like in Escape from Tarkov, and next wipe, we're going to be able to experience it for ourselves, and it's looking pretty darn good. It doesn't look sluggish. It looks like it's pretty speedy. It's not going to slow you down too much. It's pretty clear for what I could see in this early access video that pretty much everything that you could essentially jump over anyway, you're going to be able to just replace that with vaulting. So automatically you're probably going to just make less noise, which is going to be good, but then also potentially less stamina is going to be expended trying to get over small little fences, climbing out of windows, jumping over the small fences on lighthouse, streets, getting into interchange, things like that on the side of the road. It's just obviously vaulting. It's pretty, cut and dry. What can I say? It looks great. We need it added to the game. This is a feature that we've all wanted, and it's nice to see we're getting it next wipe. One of the funnier things of seeing vaulting coming to the next wipe is people thinking about all the different ways that rats are going to be able to get vertically in different locations, how you can camp different angles. But I really don't think this is going to unlock too many different spots that we haven't been already able to get to with 51 strength. You can jump extremely high. You're able to jump in Tarkov far higher than where you're going to be able to vault. So maybe it might make it smoother to get into crazier angles and locations. We'll have to wait and see, but hey, I don't know. If it does, it does, right? And if it's really OP, I'm sure the devs will do something about it, maybe, but we'll, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about that too in the comments. Now let's talk about a change that some people are going to really like and some not so much. There are now armor hitboxes to all the helmets and body armors in the game. Where the bullets and pellets collide with the body armor will damage the respective armor plate. So the entire body armor won't be completely destroyed. You can replace the plate individually if you find one or buy one. We'll have to wait and see where you buy them. There's going to be a trader that's got a lot of body plates, or you're going to be able to sell those plates. It'd be cool if you could sell the plates themselves on the flea market, but not the body armors. I don't know. There's lots you can do. It's still really early. We'll know more next month, but yeah, way crazier. So you can actually feed the bullets in and around the different body armors. This is going to be game changing for weapons like shotguns, hollow point ammunition, and weirder ammos, right? Like somebody wearing a slick is now not going to be covered completely. Like you're going to be able to thorax somebody through the slick because it doesn't actually cover that much of the player's body. These things are going to start to matter. Again, depending on what type of player you are, you're either going to really like that or not. If you're somebody that, doesn't play a whole lot, I feel like it will benefit you because there's going to be more ways to kill the enemies that are wearing higher tier body armor. And on the flip side, that also means that players that pride themselves on using the best gear because, use the best, be the best, well, you now might have more ways to die, I guess. This means that more ammunition will be viable throughout the game, and it also seems that the armor plates themselves will be more effective. It seems like that. We'll have to wait and see. So it's just going to be very different. But that also means that body hitboxes are changing. So if you land a bullet in between body armors, like under the armpit, on the side, anywhere the body armor doesn't actually protect, the bullet will damage with full pen, full damage. So this is going to change a lot, and we'll have to wait and see the ramifications of it, but we can already assume. Next up on the change list, we have completely reworked recoil. This is going to change the initial recoil mechanics, the entire way that you handle your weapon. In addition to that, there will be left shoulder swapping. So that's going to be a combat shoulder swap, not a full left-handed weapon handling, but just to quickly swap the weapon to the left-hand side for those left peaks, which are going to be great. And there's going to be a reworked blind fire as well. So these are going to greatly change the way that you think about moving through an environment, especially for people that are very aware of whether or not they're pushing a player in PvP on the right or on the left. When you're getting to the end game of Escape from Tarkov, you're trying to master PvP and become a better player, thinking about moving into a position on the right-hand side is actually incredibly key for a number of different reasons. The biggest one is you're giving away less of your body whenever you're peeking out of cover, so you're less likely to get hit, and the weapon is going to be moving around the corner before your body, so when the netcode is working in your favor, you will be able to eliminate your enemy faster. The addition of the left shoulder swap will help with that a little bit, but it's important to remember that the camera isn't moving. The weapon itself is moving. So yeah, again, it's a good addition. I think it's going to seriously help, especially when you switch to the left-hand shoulder and you pre-fire in the general area of where your enemy is. I think that's going to help greatly, but you might be firing your weapon sometimes towards an enemy that you can't quite see. So again, early days, we don't have our hands on it yet, but from what we can see, especially with the recoil, I think we can all agree it's time for change with the recoil. The initial 1 or 2 shots is just super annoying, and it also makes weapons that have burst fire completely unusable. So this is a welcome change, and I'm excited to see how well it functions. There's also some big quality of life changes coming to the game, such as achievements whenever you kill a boss for the first time, whenever you kill them 15 times, things like the snowball challenge, killing Killa 100 times, various feats, survival streaks. Those are coming to the game, as you can see right here, which is nice. The more achievements, the better. I would love to see them carry over from wipe to wipe as well. Doing something like killing Killa 100 times for the tracksuit would be cool to see. A once in an account achievement, so somebody can actually purchase that tracksuit, and expanding on that greatly. I would love to see like a World of Warcraft level of achievement system added to Escape from Tarkov. Right now, the full list of achievements is currently on the wiki, so if you wanted to go and take a peek at that yourself, you can. It's pretty basic, you know, kill 15 bosses, you know, survive a certain number of raids. There really isn't anything too crazy right now, but it's a good starting point, and we'll have to wait and see. And not everybody cares about achievements, but there's a lot of people who do, so that's going to be for them. There's also some changes coming to the weapon presets, so you're now able to inspect your friends and see what their favorite weapons are, and you can take a peek at their weapon loadouts and you can save them for yourself, which is super cool, right? Like if you're talking to a friend on Discord, they're using a very specific rifle build, you could just ask them, or you could just inspect it yourself and copy it. And I can also imagine there's going to be somebody like the MySpace Tom of Escape from Tarkov that has all of the gunsmithing presets loaded in, and you add them to your friends list and you can just copy them down for yourself, right? There's lots of cool things that can be achieved with this. It's just more fun, more accessibility, more interesting things to do in EFT. So again, welcome changes. And of course, it wouldn't be a new Escape from Tarkov wipe without some new equipment. We have the 9A91. This is a 9x39 weapon. For those that don't know, that's the same round as the VSS and the AS Val. It looks like this thing is going to have a serious amount of recoil. By the way, this has been recorded with the old recoil system, so there will be new recoil that's going to look different. So don't use the firing rates and the firing recoil in this video right now as an example of what we can expect with these guns. We'll have to wait and see how the new system works. And we have this suppressed version, which is called the VSK94. Again, a tiny little 9x39 machine gun. Kind of cool, looks neat. I'm gonna love it. I like 9x39 in Escape from Tarkov, especially semi-automatic, because I'm kind of weird. So gonna love this addition. Next, we're getting the RPD machine gun. This is a 7.62x39 machine gun, so PS, BP, FMJ. And part of me wishes that this is going to be a bit more available than the PKP, because unless you kill the scat boss on streets or rarely find a player that is actually using it, you're just not going to get your hands on a light machine gun other than the RPK. But that kind of fits more of a regular rifle role in Escape from Tarkov right now, not so much the light machine gun. So anyway, I'm excited to see it added to the game, and I really hope I get my hands on it a bit more than the RP or the PKP, because as of right now, I just haven't really had a whole lot of experience using it. And they're also showing off the RPDN, which is the dovetail mount version of the weapon. So you're going to be able to fit anything that goes onto a dovetail that doesn't conflict with the forward optics of the weapon. So think like a PSO and such, which could be really cool. It doesn't appear like we're going to have functioning bipods. They didn't talk about that just yet. I know it's on the menu for the future, but it would be also nice to see them add that with so many machine guns now being added to the game. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get footage of the SIG Spear, which is also going to be coming next wipe, and they did a remodel and rework of the SKS. Hopefully, we'll get some clips. If not, no big deal, but it would be nice to see. And that about sums it up for all the most important bits coming out of the Talking Tarkov TV podcast. I'll leave a link to that in the description box below if you want to watch the entire thing yourself. And then also, I'm eager to hear what you guys have to say in the comment section below with all the new stuff that's coming to EFT next month. I'm always excited to check out some new stuff. I know I've been playing a lot of variety and been all over the place, but you know what? Those new armor changes, the recoil changes, some of the new weapons, questing reworks, the new location, it's always an exciting time to play an Escape From Tarkov wipe at the very beginning. It is at its best when people are pushing and trying to achieve different goals, and there's a wider variety of gameplay and content to explore. So, anyways, guys, if you're new here, please consider subscribing. Check out my live stream Monday through Friday starting at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will see you guys next time.